It is the first chapter or Prashna or section of the Taittiriya Aranyaka. This Taittiriya Aranyaka has 10 Prashnas or lot of information you find in the Aranyakas. And what is Aranyaka is Aranye Bhavaha Aranyakaha. Simplest definition is the forest treatises, philosophical treatises, and clubbed with that Upanishadic knowledge. That is Brahma Jnanam. And Brahma with Brahmano Bhavati. Anybody who knows about Brahma, who knows about Vedas, who knows about the knowledge, he becomes a one belonging to Brahma Deva. And when once one is a Brahma, ultimate goal of being Brahman is to go to the moksham. And how do we go to that moksham or emancipation or realization of that? And because it is always a work to be born again and again. Mrutva punarmurtyama bhadyante adyamana swakarmabhi is the timetable given to the species that are born on the land. What do? Mrutva, they die. And punarmurtyama bhadyante, the mrityu does not escape from the beings born. So birth, journey, then again death, again death. So, and how do they live? Ashatika, hakrimayayva. So just like the worms are small creatures with hope. What is the hope? Ratrir gamishyati bhavishyati suprabhatam. The night will go, morning will happen, and again full activity will begin. Freshness comes up, Sadyojata Surya is there. So with this kind of cycle, the life is going on. But actually speaking, there is nothing. You are always alone. And you must only do work for your own higher upliftment. Therefore, in this Aruna Prashna, we have noted a most important thing that about the water has been the source for any and everything, and water has been at first, and anybody tries to meditate upon the water. Water is Paramatma. Apo vaidagum sarvam vishwa bhutanya apapranaha. Like that, we always say that. Vishwa bhutanyapaha. So all the bhutas, living beings, have come or with water. There is 75% of water in our body. So, like that, because of water, that sap and everything. That's why in the beginning also, apamapamapa sarva and apo jyotihi. So that is a lot of description and importance and validation of the power of water, the influence of water, the need of water, and all that. So, in the portion which we are now connected, it begins that Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Bhavati. And then Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati. So these are all the two connected statements that whenever you try to dive deep into the meaner meaning and influence of the water, Paramatma, Jyoti in us, then we are trying to get a kind of permanent residence in the world outside the earth. Because Bhuloka is not constant to anybody, even Bhuloka is not constant. It is a globe, it is being lifted out, it also gets merged into. And among, like any other loka, this Bhuloka also is one. But Bhuloka seems to be the Muladhara or basic, and so the Prajapati and Manu and all people have been assigned the duty of creating, and whatever they create must be placed upon a ground, and that ground is important. And unfortunately, we have also reasoned, or fortunately, that Hiranyaksha stole the earth away. Then Manu felt where he should keep. Then Manu went to Brahmadeva, and Brahmadeva and Manu, both, all of them, went to Vishnu, and Vishnu became Varaha Murti, and then he fought with Hiranyaksha for several days and nights. He restored earth back and kept therefore Bhuvaraha. He is supposed to be the wedded to that Bhudevi, and therefore Bhuvaraha Swami is very, very, very famous, and we know all about it. And that means to say that he becomes Ayatanavan and also Pushpavan Bhavati. Pushpa is the ultimate of any flower plant. And if at all you want further, and every vegetable comes out of flower only. Flower only becomes a fruit, and unripened, ripened fruit, and that only. So it all depends upon the different species. Also, Pushpavan Bhavati. And even the lady, when she attains around 12 years and more, girl, she will be called as a Pushpavati. And even the man also is also a Pushpavan when he becomes, I mean, physically I'm talking, when he attains 16 years and odd, he will become Pushpavan. So, like that, Pushpa is the goal towards which everybody is traveling right from the birth. So, from birth to travel begins, and when once he becomes a Pushpavan, then he will want to multiply himself. So, he becomes a Prajavan. He wants to go into society, he wants to come into contact and Prajavan, and then in order to make yourself important in the society or in your own family, etc., you must become a and Pashuman Bhava. So Pashuman is that you must acquire wealth. That's why Vitta Arjanam is important. Dhanagamam. So the Dhanagama aspect is not at all contentful because people are all endowed with Trishna, Dhanagama Trishna. ಸೊ ಆ ಧನಾಗಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣವನ್ನು ಯಾರೂ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ nobody can give up. But Shankaracharya, all Vedantins and Brahmavadins will come and say, Jahi Trishna Agama Vancha, Trishna Mantra. So you try to minimize yourself. What you want, you only accept. What you don't want more and more because it becomes problems. Anyway, that's a very hard job for anybody to imagine or live. So, Pushpavan, Prajavan, Pachuman. In that, what is that Pushpam you are talking about? So then we have got naming of that in our this, that at first Agni, then Agni, then you have Chandra, then you have Chandra, then Agni. Like that, we have got a sequence. Later on, we have got yes, you have got Vayu, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, Surya, and again Surya Bhagavan, and again he comes to Chandrama, and importance of Chandra is very much stressed. Then come nakshatras, the stars, the jyotis. See, nakshatra, jyotir, nakshatra, and the jyotis are there. The beggar jyoti is Surya Bhagavan, and again Chandra is there, who is dependent upon that jyoti. So when you look at all that, the sequence is very much interesting. And afterwards, for all these jyotis are so to be maintained, Parjanya is important. Parjanya is the cloud, rain-giving cloud. And only because of Parjanya, we get all benefits. And again, the Parjanya is an outcome of the Yajna. Parjanyaha Yajna Samudbhavaha is our Upanishadic statement. So more and more Yajnas be done. And as the Yajnas are being done, more and more atmospheric changes, clouds, rain, then crops, food, eating, enjoyment, all things. After all that, then the Upanishad, Mahanarada Upanishad, having told about Parjanya, ultimately it says, Sava Esha Purusha Vidha, Sava Esha Purusha Vidha Eva. So when waters, Parjanya is the provider of happiness to people on land. He showers rain, and ultimately when rain comes, then all Purushas, they become happier, the life becomes happier, because Purusha is the originator of the Praja. Because as we noted, in Aitareya Upanishad, the Aitareya Maharshi tells that the Purusha is reason. Even not only in Aitareya, but also in Purusha, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, it is indicated. In other Upanishads also indicated. So to say that a Purusha is important, so say a Purusha Vidhayeva. Afterwards, how long you can keep on counting on such things which will be beneficial? Ultimately, it comes to that. So Chapandi, Samvatsaro va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati.
संवत्सरो वा आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति
संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद
यः संवत्सरस्य आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद.
So up to then, let's understand. Now we come to the concept of year. So the origin of the waters would give us a permanent dwelling, and the year samvatsara means time. Time is the origin of waters. That's really interesting. Samvatsara means you get rains more and more only during the rainy season. Varsha Kalam, Sravana Bhadrapada Masas, we think we have got in India, I mean Western, Eastern time, Asian, we have 6 seasons. Each season, each Rutu has got 60 days. And whatever should be done during the 60 days, that particular Rutu will do for us. Therefore, we only expect the 60 days to be really useful and plentiful, because these 60 days don't come again until we wait for another 5 such 60 days going. That's why 6 seasons means 2 months, 1 season, 1 year. So when all the 6 seasons take round, that becomes a year. And here is the first time. I mean, time is the interesting unit. And when he comes about the time analysis and time belief and wait for the time, and also the origin of time, then he will be getting the permanent place. Because nobody can stop time. Nobody can stop the tide of the ocean. So they are constantly working, whether A is there or Z is there, or both of them are not there. But that is the nature. And that is again all that thing because of water. Therefore, he who knows the origin of the year would have a permanent place. And so, moreover, origin is the dwelling place to all people. Water is the dwelling place for all people. And origin, I mean, water is the place where from all people originate. And like that, we have the importance of that. And that is, what is the origin, what is the water? It is depend upon the time. So time, we always talk about the timely rains. That's why I say kale kale varshadaparjanyah prithvi santu sasyapalita deshoyam kshobarahito astu adhana santu nirdhana santu sadhana. Like that, we always make prayer that what positivity should go with always. Therefore, samvatsaro va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. And yes, samvatsarasya ayatanam veda. Whoever knows that water is the permanent residence to all people, and we will go to that permanent residence owing to the movement of the time. So nature, the objects of nature and knowledge of their origin are interrelated. See, ನಮಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್, ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ಡೆತ್. ಸೊ this kala, the samvatsara is important. And sometimes we get double also. For example, Shravana Masam, every year there will be 1 Masam extra sometimes. Therefore, we have the Shravana Masa this year, so Bhakargaru Samvatsara, 2 things. However, it is now actually for rainy season, if at all we count, we have 3 months. Adhika Shravana, Nija Shravana, and Bhadrapada. So these are the rainy seasons. And when Bhadrapada done, Ashvita, Kartika, and again other months have got different. So the nature, the atmosphere will have different changes. And we have also noted from Aruna Prashna, most important point, Ruturu Rutuna Udyamanaha Vinanadabhidhavaha. So Ruturu Rutuna Vina, every Rutu pushes the other Rutu forward. And also another important point we are told about the Samvatsara is no Rutu remains pure, no season is pure, because in all Rutus there are the characteristics of every other Rutu coming into. So if at all you get rain in December or in March or before, you will not see it as a surprise, because the enormous water source, namely the ocean, is there, and there also there will be atmospheric changes, and oceanography tells us. So that's why water is there, large or small quantities, and that's why it is all filled up. And moreover, during actually rainy season, more rain. So Durbhitshamlo Devalo Keshu Manunamudakangruhe. So all the water that comes from heaven is being stored in the houses of the people and also on the ground. So Samvatsarasyayatanam Veda, when you say that, you will be very much benefited with the Samvatsara. And our life is counted by the number of years that we stay on in this ground. But we have also a ceiling. Beyond that, if you say it's a miracle. And even that miracle will not continue to stop. So 100, Satamanam Bhavati. Mana is a measure. What is mana? It is a year. Mana also is a measure. Samvatsara is the ayatanam, is a manam. Now, if all these things we have understood in this particular text, then we come to the conclusion. Beautiful idea it is. ನಮಗೆ ಈ ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಆರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ವೇಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ವಾಟರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೆಷರ್? Paramatma is the measure generally, but here physically we depend upon for the support of moving in that in the waters, boat. A boat floating on the waters remains unstable, because while moving all these lokas remains, but all these lokas remain steady upon the waters. Now please repeat. Yopsunavam pratishthitam Veda. Govindavare, if you are there, you can recite. Otherwise, I come. Yopsunavam pratishthitam Veda pratyeva-tisthati. That is the definition. So pratyeva-tisthati means there is no revision. There is no submission or everything. It is a Vedavakya. While saying that pratyeva-tisthati Veda, you simply note down that because of the presence of the one boat, that only remains unstable on the waters, whereas all the waters remain steady. And so, Tatvatyeva-tisthati, he who knows this would be getting established and becomes famous, because Gnana brings you Yashaha. Yogo Gnanam Tatha Sankhyam Vidyaha Silpadi Karmacha Vedaha Shastrani Sarvam Etat Janardhanat. So that Janardhana is the promulgator, creator of all that. So we get into Janardana only. And so these lokas remain steady upon the waters. If no water is there in any loka, no loka will exist. They emaciate and they perish. For example, when you don't supply water for the plants, what happens? Slowly it sheds off all the leaf color changes, and leaves will be the indicators of the health of the plant. If the leaves are quite dark blue, green, and healthy and luscious, oh, the tree is good. But when the tree leaves are duller, white and yellow and all that, then it's something like in spring season, we all observe that ultimately to receive the snow on them in Western countries, they get rid of all the trees, get rid of their leaves and become bald. So that upon the bald branches of the tree, the white snow could take rest. It's an interesting process. All that process has been well established. Therefore, it is a pratyeva tishtati. So, tishtati eva. There is no doubt, no questioning, no answering, nothing, no argument. And so, so here it is that a boat floating on the water that only remains constant, and all the lokas also become stable upon the water, but not like the boat moving on water and shaking. So the water, see, if the boat is there on the water, the boat cannot be stable like the horse on the ground because of the waves of the water, and it will be also tilting and all that. So that's why it is said boat is also remains unstable while moving, but the lokas remain steady upon the waters. So lokas don't get disturbed. Secondly, now we have got the idea of nava. That means there was the aspect of navigation or using the boat of the shape of a ship, of a feet, of a fish to cross over the waters. So the concept of naval forces, the navigation, otherwise applications, was very well popular in Vedic times also. They not only knew to move on land and sky, but also in the waters. Because the boat floats remaining on the water. So also the lokas. And this is the boat and waters. Lokas and waters. A beautiful comparison, poetic, is given to us that the waters are there, the worlds are there. If the waters are not there, the worlds are not there. The boat, therefore, that is the traveling contrivance on the water is always safe. A boat will not jump out of water. It always remains upon the water. And water is symbolic in a number of aspects. For example, difficulties. So in English, people say he's on water antare. So నీళ్ళలో ఉన్నాడు అంటే కష్టాల్లో ఉన్నాడు. Because and also నీ మాట నీళ్ళ మూట అంటారు. అవునండి గోవిందరాజు గారు. సో నీ మాట నీళ్ళ మూట అంటే కెన్ యూ tie up and keep that water in a cloth. మాట
Yes,
నీళ్ళ
sir.
మూట అని తిడతారు. Then you are untruthful. అండ్ నీళ్లను మూట కట్టితే ఉంటుంది ఆ నీళ్ళు దానిలో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో లైఫ్ ఆల్సో ఆల్సో లైఫ్ ఈజ్ లైక్ కంపేర్డ్ టు ఏ బబుల్. జలబుద్భుత సమాన జీవితం. దండిన్ in Dashakumara Charitam points out a beautiful concept saying that life is compared to a bubble on the water. No bubble caused out of the wind will remain constant on water. It just forms and disappears. Like that, our life also on water like bubble, appears, stays some time and disappears. And therefore, it is being indicated. ನಾವು ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿಶ್ಚಮ ಮನ್ಯುಶ್ಚ ಅಂತ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ immediately a bubble comes up. But with the bubble, you should never recite the mantra. That's what is the injunction. So wait a while, automatically the bubble disappears. When bubble goes, then you utter the mantra. So this is the instruction given. Hange, bubbling is happening. That is, bubbling is only life. And both is constant. Water is permanent. Lokas are stable. So look at the connection with reference to the water, the entire cosmos. Therefore, now puja ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕಲಶ ಪೂಜಾಂ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಕಲಶಮ್ಮ. After sankalpam, then you will go to Kalasha Puja. What is Kalasha Puja? It is not the Patra Puja. It is the water contained in the container. I told you that it is Ka is water, La is depositing, Sha means Mehem. Sha is depositing, La is to bring water. An empty vessel filled with water is being respected. So Kalasha Puja Krutva. So the water you collected is ordinary, but you must make it an extraordinary because you are worshipping the extraordinary fellows, that is gods. Therefore, you make a prayer that Ganga, all the 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas, and everything should come and take Ganga, Godavari, Saraswati, Krishna, Yamuna, etc. All river waters must come and stay in the Kalasha, which means that's why you are asked to cover the Kalasha top. So that this is a magic. You cannot see those rivers coming and taking seat in that because they want to have a puja done for the gods. Therefore, this is all about this. So water is in here. Samvatsarova apamayatanam. So time is the water. Water depends upon the time, and time depends upon the water. That's exactly what we have got. A lot of physics and chemistry and other things have developed. So that is a lot of science is there. And so here, statement in Marathi, yes, apratyeva andre, there is no doubt or anything to question pratyeva tishtati. And now beautiful scientific concept has been provided by saying ime vai lokaha apsu pratishtita. Where are the regions established at all? Water. So these are in Panchatantra. It is said, oh my dear friend, don't live at the places where there is no water. Tatra mitra navastavyam yatra nasti chatushtayam ranadata cha vaistya vaidyascha srotriyaha sadala. Ajala nadi. There should be river, not with water. So that's why ime vai lokaha apsu pratishtitaha. All these lokas are established in waters. And moreover, the other statement, tat esha abhi anukta. So, esha ukta, it has been proclaimed or pronounced. Anukta means it has been repeatedly established and there is no questioning or debate or anything like that. So the boat floating on the waters remains unstable, but all these lokas remain steady owing to the waters. So thereby you observe the importance of the water, which Daitari Aranyaka, Aruna Prashna emphasizes, and even at the end also again. So the Aruna Prashna begins with water, subject matter, and ends with water as subject matter, and therefore Apaha, apaha, everywhere apaha. Tesham abhyanukta. And then it is not stopping, and we have got the expression, Chapandi, apagum rasamudayagum san. Surye Shukragum Samabhrutam Apagum Rasasya Yorasaha Tambo Grunhami Uttamamiti Ime Vailokaha Apagum Rasaha Te Amushminnaditye Samabhrutaha. So, Udayam Rasaha Apam San. So, the essence of water, Udayagum, rose up. There was the brilliance endowed in the sun. So, this Aruna Prashna gives you the secret that even sun is shining going to the water. If water is not there with sun or moon or anybody, there is no brilliance at all. So, apovayagum sarvam. And in that statement, you see, water is brilliance. And so, apam rasaha udayagum san surye samavrataha. So, when Surya is there, in him is the water, and the water in Surya is available for us in the form of light and luster, because the clouds are the combination of 5 things: Thuma, Jyoti, Jalila, and Maruta. So whenever the Jyoti is prominent, then you can have an indication that you are definitely going to get a water from the heaven. So that's why, and not that water also is energy. So that is said, Surye Shukram Samaprutam. So Shukram means brilliance. Shukram means heat energy. Shukram means a miscellaneous energy. So Shukratvam is installed in Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, we have in Saurya Suktam a beautiful thing, Shanno, Sham Nahim, Sham Hima. Like that, we have got this. Everything is from Surya, and we want that to turn to be Sham. Therefore, he said, Shukram Samabhrutam. So that Shukratvam is deposited in Surya Bhagavan. And so most popular sukta for him is Shukram te anyatya jatam te anyatu Vishurupe ahani jaurivasi Vishwahimaya avasisvadhavaha. So that's also Vishwamaya. It is a wonderful Shakti, energy. That energy is said to be Shukram. See, whatever essence that we talk about from us, the water essence, all that essence of water is deposited in all these worlds, and therefore Surya is Martanda, present any and everywhere. So whatever water available in all lokas, all that water is once again back deposited in Surya, and Surya, Bhagavan gives them in multiples for all the lokas, so that there is a lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu, saying that there should be the water flow in all lokas or should be damp. But Pitraloka is something which is exceptionally different. So therefore, we have got the mention of the Pitraloka also, because Pitraloka means that it's going to be a dry place. Therefore, we have people who are living, they are supposed to give tarpanam. Nitya jala tarpanam. is being done by some traditional people to Pitru Devatas so that they are kept wet and live and active. So here, apagum rasasya yo rasaha tambo grunhami uttamam iti. So that is uttamam. And that is being grabbed and not sustain that. And uttamam iti. And the other statement is ime vai lokaha apam rasaha. All the lokas are but the outcome of the waters. And all that outcome of the waters from all the lokas merged into Surya Bhagavan. And therefore, Surya is the source, is a resourceful person to get water. Te amushpinnaditye samabhrutaha. Amushpannaditya means this sun. So, and again we have got one more statement, apa eva sasarja adau. So, adau, kim sarja, what was dropped down on the land when land is being brought out, it is only the water. So that apasarja. Here, imevai lokaha, the word apam rasaha, rasa is the essence. So the essence of water, what is that? We don't know. But we imagine there is always the essence. And something like the generative fluid found in the man, retas. And that is the generative fluid that is being mixed up with the Shakti of any and every limb of the body inside. And that becomes a procreative or generative energy. And when deposited in a woman, she also adds to that and gives birth for a baby. That's how Aitara Upanishad, Aitara Maharshi tells, or even Brahadaranyaka Upanishad, Yajnavalkya also tells, because there are no discrepancies in valid statement. That is greatness. Namma Rishigalu, about whom we are going to have a good talks by learned people, the Rishis have not got any kind of personal ego. They are always contributory to the knowledge already provided by others. That's why there is a great achievement and respect paid for the Rishis at first. And in Santi Mantra, as we have noted, Nama Rushibhyaha, Mantra Krudbhyaha, Mantra Patibhyaha. So, Shanti Mantradalli, we understand Rishis have been the source for all that. So, who is Rishi? Even Surya is a Rishi, Agni is a Rishi, Vishnu is a Rishi, Narayana is a Rishi. So, that Rishi aspect is the living, practical aspect in all people. So, if not you are a Rishi, at least you must have some of the principles and practices that a Rishi would practice. For example, Rama, Kshatriya Maharaja, he has got a lot of work to do. He cannot simply be like a Muni or like a Rishi. So he just says to Sita, the moment he buried her and brought home to Antapura, saying that, Rishibhihi tulyam mam vidhi. Ma Sita, you please understand that I am equal to Rishis. Kevalam dharmamasitam. What is my chief resort? Chief resort is dharma. Like that, te amushpinnaditye samabhrita. All that water has been deposited in Surya Bhagavan. And what is it? Amushpinnaditya. Aditya is the resourceful term which will be dividing into various forms, and we are all karmas. So when you say that you have got so many kiranas, it means that he has provided scope for your knowledge. Therefore, imevai lokaha apangum rasaha and te amushpin aditye samabhrataha. So all the waters are found in the sun. And without sun, life cannot be normal. And so I think I'll stop here and we continue next Saturday. Om Swasti.
ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीवेदपुरुषाशीर्वादोऽस्तु ॐ तत्सतु
Beautiful.
Correct.